Hey folks, Steve Alcorn here with you once again. As you may notice, some things are going to be a little bit different tonight. We're trying a new program. We're trying Keynote on the Mac that I got off of eBay for $55. Had a cracked screen. It was not running. I did fix it all up, put a new screen on it, and now it works great. So anyway, we'll talk about that maybe some other time. But tonight we're going to talk about 20 items that we sold on eBay and we made a profit on. Now, these are 20 items that we sold over the last month or so, and last 30 days or so, and they're just picked at random, really, just some of the things we've sold. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like what you see here tonight. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video if you think it'll be helpful to somebody else, and make sure to hit that bell notification so you get future updates. I'm also using the Macintosh camera tonight. I'm not a big fan of it. I just didn't feel like switching cameras over. So we're going to go ahead and use that camera tonight. But any future video I do this way, I'll probably have a better setup going. But this is what we got for tonight, and this is what we're going to do. So, VO5 Vanilla Mint Tea with Peppermint Extract Shampoo and Conditioner. Got to always have that conditioner in there. This is, I believe, a discontinued item, or a very hard to find one. And I think we got about $6 to $7, maybe $8 into this. So after shipping and fees, we might double our money on these, but we did sell a few, and actually it says one sold, but I think this listing was re-uploaded, so we sold a couple of them, but made our money on them, so that was a good deal, and not too bad of a profit. I believe we doubled, or just under doubled, but we still made some money on them. Nifty, wasn't it? That was pretty cool to watch, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what Keynote can do. There's a whole bunch of different transitions, but I like that one, so I chose it for this video. And I didn't want to mix them up too much, so I stayed with the same transition the whole time. Working on a presentation for Getting Ungated on Amazon, and it will be a paid course type of thing. And I wanted to use the features of Keynote for that, because I believe anything you do that's paid for should be professional. But also some of this stuff that I do for you guys here on YouTube as well should be a little more professional than I've been doing it in the past. So we're going to go ahead and try to continue with the professionalism and get you guys some good content, both free and maybe some paid stuff here and there. The ungating one will be paid because it's proprietary information that we don't like a lot of people to have, because then the market gets flooded and things like that. So that's the only reason that will be that way. But anyway, that's in the future. We're working on it right now, and it should be launched within a few weeks. And I'll let y'all know about that. And if you want to participate, fine. If you don't, that's okay too. Anyway, Oklahoma Sooners NCAA chrome metal license plate frame. This cost me about $1 if I remember correctly. We got these at our warehouse store. I had 3 Oklahoma Sooners and a couple other college teams, and this is the last one I had left. So they did sell fairly well. Most of them sold during football season, of course. This one did not, so I hung on to it for a while, and it did eventually sell for $13.95. Not bad, really, for $1 purchase, and it shipped first class, so it didn't cost me very much to ship. Bubble wrapped it, put it in a poly mailer, and shipped it on out. So, if you're at yard sales, I've said it many times and I'll keep on saying it, check the free boxes. Now, this is an unassuming CD. It's just a Dell Driver Utility reinstall CD for Studio 1737. Whatever that is, I don't know. I took a chance on it because it was in a free box. There was a bunch of software in that free box for this same Dell setup, and I sold it all. Some of it sold for $10. Some of it sold for $25. This just happened to be one of the higher priced ones. I did some research on them and believed I could get $25 out of this. And the reason I did it is because nobody else had one. None had sold in a while. And since I was the only one with one, I figured I could name whatever price I felt like putting on it. And my default is $24.95. So that's why you see $24.95 there. And it did eventually sell. This one took about 6 months. All the other software out of that box sold fairly quickly. But don't pass this stuff up just because it's for an outdated computer. Doesn't mean somebody out there. I watch a lot of tech videos, and these guys love these old computers, and they need the drivers and the operating systems and the things like that for them. They like to preserve what the computer was when it was built, and this helps them do that. and somebody out there is willing to pay the money for it. So that's how I got it. $24.95 for it out of a free box. So keep looking at those free boxes. You guys can find really, really good things in there. I've talked about that quite a bit. So this one came from our warehouse store. This is Testo 05602115031115i Smart and Wireless Probe Pipe Clamp Thermometer. I have no idea what it does, but apparently it's Bluetooth and it's a thermometer that clamps pipes. So I paid about $8 for this. The store was having a 75% off sale. This is the only one they had, or I'd have bought them all. But they probably had sold a few. This one was going for about 80, I believe, 80 or 90 on Amazon, but the box was damaged here. So I was the lowest price guy on eBay with it at the time, new in box. And so I asked 60. This thing sold within a couple of days, and it was a good deal for me and hopefully a good deal for the buyer. But I guess it hooks up to your phone and tells you the temperature of a pipe for $60. I don't know. Somebody wanted it. So this summer, we got a bunch of these. They are Ocean Complete Sinus Rinse. There 6 ounces per can, and they expired in 8/18. The reason these are expired is because they're a discontinued item. I believe they were carried by Costco at one time. And that's how our warehouse store got them. They get a lot of the discontinued or no longer sold or shelf pulls or whatever. And so we paid, these were on a 75% off sale sometime in the summer. And we got these for 25 cents a can. We got a lot of cans. It says 15 available. And that might be right because we're selling them in 3s. We tried them in 1s. We tried them in 6s and they just didn't sell that way. So we stuck with the 3s because those were the ones that were selling. And I've actually sold quite a few of these this week. I didn't put more. Somebody bought 6 cans. So that's double $24.95. Well, double $23.70. Because if you see there, I have the save up to 5% when you buy more. That is just a little incentive for people to buy more things. And I do it on most of my multi-quantity listings. And that's in your, when you're doing a listing, it's down there towards the bottom somewhere. Underneath your best offer, you can offer a discount if people buy more than one of whatever that item is. So that's what we do on these kind of things, and it seems to work for us pretty well. I've sold 6 cans to 2 different customers, so it works. This is Nioxin Smoothing Reflectives Fast Control Anti-Frizz Hairspray because you don't want to be frizzy. This is 6.8 ounces. This one was from a discount grocery store that we go to. We check that store about once a month. We haven't had as good luck there lately, but this one did sell. We have 2 of these apparently because one sold and then this says last one. So this one sold for $47.95. We have less than $5 into all this stuff we got at that store that day. So pretty good turnaround on this stuff. You've seen a bunch of the stuff, mostly health and beauty stuff that we've sold from that store. All those Scentsy strips came from that store. All the hairsprays came from that store. And Redken stuff, Graham Webb stuff. A lot of it was higher end stuff. And we've made quite a bit of money just off of that one day that we happened to stop was a good day. And so we sold a bunch of that. And we still have a few left, but we're dwindling out. And there's one more of these. And then a few of the other stuff, but not very much left. And we did really well on that purchase. Discontinued items, folks. You can find them. There's big money in them. Sometimes. So this is just a big box PC Star Wars games. TIE Fighter and X-Wing. These, I believe I got at Goodwill for $1.99 a piece. There was another set of games in there that I sold previously. That I got at the same time, but they've already sold. One moment, folks. Sorry about that. But anyway, so I got about $4 into these, and they sold for $49.95. Just old PC software. I did test these. I have ways of testing old games because I have floppy drives, and I have CD drives, and I have all sorts of, I like to keep a few older computers around that'll play things like this, and virtual machines you can do. I don't know if you can actually load a game into a virtual machine from a CD, but you probably can. And anyway, so there's a lot of things you can do to make these games play, and it always benefits you to test them because without testing these games, I wouldn't have felt good about taking $50 from somebody, but after they've been tested and I know they work and everything's there, I was able to do it. And they left me some really good feedback. They were very happy with the games. So that's good. What do we got here? More discontinueds. These are Butterfingers. At one time, these were selling for a lot more, but right now they're selling for 6 of them. We get $21.95. I have, I believe, 6 cents a piece into these, so it's not a big deal. We were at a discount grocery store run by the Amish folk down near Middlefield, Ohio, somewhere, and they wanted them out of their store because nobody was buying them there. But these ones are the original flavor, original formula, Butterfinger something. I don't know. They have a certain ingredient in them that people like, and I can't recall offhand what that ingredient is. But you'll find this stuff all over Instagram and any of the discontinued groups or anywhere. Anybody who's talking about that. This is one of the better known things. And so we sold these for $21.95, 6 bars. They were expired. If you find them, they're going to be expired because they have been out of production for a little while. But as long as you keep in your listing telling people right up there, it says April 2019, then they'll know. And so it's good to go, and just be careful selling expired stuff, but make sure you state it at least 3 times in your listing somewhere. You'll still get people who don't understand it, but you'll still, you're covered if they want to make a return, and I'll still take the return. I've taken a lot of returns because people don't understand or don't read a listing, so it's not a big deal. So this is a genuine OEM Moen 1225 Magnum cartridge, single handle thing. I don't know what it is, but it's sold for $11.99. I got this at the Goodwill bins in Conover, North Carolina, which is right outside of Hickory. Might even be a suburb or a part of Hickory or a division of Hickory. I don't know, but it's right there. And this thing cost me less than a dime. So any time I see sealed Moen products, I'm going to grab them up. And if they're cheap or free, I'm going to take them anyway. So this one was really super cheap. I didn't know the value until I actually got home from North Carolina and looked it up, but I knew that there was some value in it. So I picked it up for probably 10 cents, 5 cents probably, and sold it for $11.99. And I've had to replace these things before, and it's no fun. So I was happy to sell it instead of actually being the one to replace it this time. What do we got here? Ooh, Northern North Carolina find. There's actually 2 of these. Not the other one's a little bit different, and I'll show that one next. But these were K brand hats, and if you're familiar with K brand, some of them can do very big money. These ones I didn't believe would, so I listed them at $19.99. The reason is because it does say Farm Bureau on it, but it's a Farm Bureau insurance company, not an actual Farm Bureau. The farm ones do really well. John Deere would do really well, that kind of thing, but insurance companies not so much. However, with that said, this hat sold within 2 days. There's a full asking price of $19.99, and this one sold as soon as I listed it for the same price. So I probably should have asked a little bit more, but you know what? I paid $1 a hat, so I'm happy that they went to somebody who can enjoy them, and doesn't bother me anyway. The blue one here did have the foam was deteriorated in it, which is a normal thing for hats of this age. The red one never had any foam in it, but the red one was actually pretty cool. It had, it was a little beanie hat. The bill was really short, and there was a beanie on top, but that was pretty cool. We're going to go back to this guy again. I love this animation, by the way. All right, so we got a 25-cent yard sale belt buckle that sold for $24.99. Now, this one was heavy, very heavy. It did ship first class, though, but that's okay. If it shipped for more than first class, then that guy's got a problem wearing over a pound of brass on his belt, but that's okay. This one, I bet you it weighed 8 to 12 ounces. I can't remember what the exact weight was on it, but it was heavy. A piece of solid brass, and I don't know what kind of car that is, so I didn't put it in the title. I could have guessed. I could have even made an educated guess. I could have Googled it, but I didn't. And so I let the customer figure out what kind of car it was, and somebody eventually did, and they bought it for $24.95, and that's good enough for me. Solid brass belt buckle, made in 1979. So this is from Kmart a while back when we happened to walk into one and they were having a toy sale. So this was one of the things that were on toy sale. And I think we paid $2.50 or something low, crazy low like that for these. And I sold a bunch of them on Amazon. So this is one of the things I had sold on Amazon, but this one had a little bit of damage on the box right under the Pokemon logo there, where the clearance sticker was. So we didn't send this one in because I just don't need to deal with the potential customer complaints because there's a little bit of damage on the box. It wasn't major damage, but it was enough that I wasn't comfortable sending it in, and I was more comfortable selling it on eBay. These things sold super fast on Amazon. Took a long time to sell on eBay, but we did get it gone, and we got $14.95 for it. So retail arbitrage does work on eBay. Maybe not as quick, maybe not as good, but it does work. And you can do it, and I've proven over and over again that it does work. This is $19.99 we got for this eyeliner. You guys have seen these before. We got these at the Amish store in Horse Cave, Kentucky, my favorite little store. Hold on, I'm going to get a drink. We've now sold, it says here, 13 of these things. We paid $2 a piece for them, so we've done really well with these. They don't sell super fast, but they do sell. It is a discontinued product, so this color, the cobalt blue, is discontinued, and that's why you can get $20 a pencil for them, because generally they are $2 or so a pencil if you buy them in the store. But when an item becomes discontinued, people will pay a lot more for it at times, and this is one of those instances. Dasani. This stuff expired a while ago. My wife picked this up somewhere. I can't recall. This might have been also from our discount grocery store that we go to, where we got all the health and beauty stuff. I believe that's where we got it. Probably, I'm sure she didn't pay more than $1 a piece for these. And we got $54.95. This is, I see that she didn't put a space in between lemonade and water, but maybe that's why it took so long to sell. But this is pink lemonade water flavor enhancer drink mix. It did expire in September of 18, which is a little better than a year ago. A little bit better than a year ago. A lot better than a year ago. But anyway, as long as you put that in your description and people are well aware, and I do take returns on these things, you can see there, I think, yeah, free 60-day returns on these things, because I understand that people don't always read the description, and sometimes I will get something back, even though we put it in there 3 to 4 times in every listing, that it is expired or the best by date has passed. And this is no different, and we got $54.95 for these little drink enhancers. Pretty cool. What do we got next? Ooh, a really old school MP3 player. Digital MP3 player by Craig. 1 gigabyte. How much music can you get on 1 gigabyte anymore? 1.5 songs? Maybe? Half a song? Probably. This is the CMP 580D. It was sealed in the package, so I picked it up. I didn't know what it was worth. I just picked it up. You can see my theme. When I don't know what something's going to sell for, I throw a price of $24.95 on it, if I think that's a fair price, of course. And I thought so on this case, and somebody eventually did pay that price for it. So this one went to a drop shipper. I don't know who they were drop shipping some old technology like this to, but somebody liked it, and he asked me not to put invoices in, and of course I'll comply with that. I don't care who gets it or where it goes, just as long as I make the money I want to make on it. I think I paid $2 for this thing originally, or less. It might have been $1. I think it was $2 though. And it took a little while to sell, about 3-4 months, but it did sell. So we got it gone, and on to the next one. Roblox. Now this one I could have sent into Amazon. I almost did send it into Amazon, but I do know that Roblox is a higher IP complaint company, and even though I am ungated in Roblox, I chose not to sell this on Amazon. I chose to sell it on eBay. Yeah, it took a little bit longer than normal than it would have took if I put it on Amazon, but I did eventually get the money I wanted for it. I paid $10 for this guy at our warehouse store. They sometimes get toys in there, and this was one of them. Probably took about 6 months to sell this guy, but he did sell for $69.99 plus $9.99 shipping. And all it is 2 little guys in this box and a bunch of empty squares. I don't know whatever it is, somebody really wanted it. There might actually be, it says 6 pieces, so there might be something else in there. I don't know. Under the cardboard, probably. I can't show you the extra pictures because I'm on the keynote presentation, but it is pretty cool. Anyway, so somebody eventually did pay for this thing, and I'm getting a message from my lovely wife. And she wants to know if I'm uploading a video. No, I'm not. I'm just recording one, so I have to respond to her, and I'll get right back to you. All right, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. This one is from Pat Catan's, a place called Pat Catan's. If you're familiar with Pat Catan's, they went out of business earlier this year, or last year, 2019. And so I went to the store when they were 90% off, and I got a bunch of these in some different scents, and so most of them went into Amazon, but for some reason this one was considered hazmat, hadn't cleared the hazmat at the time. So I sold these on eBay. I think I have about 50 cents or less, might even be a quarter a piece into these, and selling them for $7.79 a piece. The ones on Amazon were selling for a little bit more, and I'm going to check the hazmat rating on these now and see if they're eligible to send in yet. But anyway, so closeout store, basically. The store's closing down, went in there, and I purchased them, and I've sold a bunch of them on Amazon. This is the only one I've sold on eBay so far of this scent. I've sold others of a different scent on eBay, but just this one. And the lady gave me a really good feedback on it too, so that's pretty cool. She loved the smell of it, so whatever. It's all good. All right, so this little guy, he's just a cute little dinosaur. Okay, so the internet went really slow when YouTube was buffering. That's not good. So anyway, this little guy, I got at a yard sale or a thrift store for under $1, probably 89 cents if I got him at the thrift store, and 25 cents if I got him at a yard sale. Anyway, he's just a little Mattel T-Rex Prehistoric Pets Interactive Dinosaur. His name is Narlos. I actually believe I got this one in Nashville when we were down there in Nashville at a thrift store yard sale down there. I think that's where I got this guy. I can't remember exactly, but it seems to me. When I picked him up, I thought he might be part of a Jurassic Park type set, but he's not. But he is Mattel, and most of the Mattel ones don't do so well. But this guy did okay. I had seen past sales around the $25, $30 range for him. And again, $24.95 because I wasn't sure. And that's my go-to price. And I did get it. It took a little while to sell. But doggone it, look at that picture. And that picture looked good. I'm proud of that one. That is with my, I think that might even be with my iPhone. I think I took that one with my iPhone. I'm not 100% positive, but it came out really, really nice. I'm really proud of that one. But we sold this guy for $24.95, free shipping. And last but not least, well, maybe it is least, I don't know. This is the original. I mean, the very first one. Nintendo DS NTR-001 Silver, working with Phineas and Ferb and the charger. So this is what the DS looked like when it first came out. It's a big, chunky looking thing, but it's the original version of the DS, and it did work. So the only game that I had, the Phineas and Ferb cost me $1, and the game itself, the system, cost me $10 at a yard sale. But the only game that I had in my collection that would work in this thing is the Phineas and Ferb game, so that's why I included that particular game. And it sold for $39.95. So I had $11 into it, sold it for $39.95 after fees and shipping. I made a few dollars. I might have doubled my money or slightly less, but it was fun to sell. I had never had one before, and especially one that was in working condition. So it was nice to play with it for a little while and then go ahead and get rid of it. Anyway, folks, that is it. That is all I got for you today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Leave a comment if you so choose. Share this video if you think it'll help somebody else. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification. You all have a good day.